Hey guys, we just wanted to come to you from Rice Property Group today and let you guys know how we are kind of adjusting into the whole quarantine situation, and what we are up to and how we are doing. I, for one, sitting at home with 3 kids, learning how to homeschool and be a chef and be a maid and be a wife and be a mom and still be a realtor, has definitely been a change for us. We do it on the summer, but normally I'm prepared during the summer to do these things. This was kind of like spring break, just kidding, extended. So it's just been a great adjustment. I'm enjoying extra time with the kids. Maybe they will make it till summer. We shall see. Kiana, how are you?
Same. I'm trying to stay at home with an infant who is really needy, and I don't know that I ever recognized how needy babies were until I'm trying to work and also do anything else that doesn't involve holding him 24/7. So that's an adjustment. I definitely miss my team. I miss being in the office and being able to have that camaraderie and have people lift you up every day. It's not quite the same to be long distance and be on a Zoom call in the morning versus having your people every day. It's just not what we're used to. So we're having to acclimate and adapt and change, which is hard for some of us.
Hello. We don't like change too much.
No.
I hate change.
Megan, how are you in life and kids and hubby?
So we're doing good. We're up and down. One day I'm the best stay-at-home school mom there ever has been, and the next day I didn't know that George Washington had teeth made of hippo teeth. So that's a thing. I don't know. So I don't. And then I just can't even. And then I'm like, go color for the next 4 hours. I don't know. So
I'm glad that you're changing days. I'm changing by the hour. Like,
I probably am too.
2:30 was questionable. So,
oh gosh. And then trying to take work calls and keep up with everything. So, I mean, luckily we're still working, so that's good. So yeah, kind of a blessing and a curse, because I'm like, wait, I'm a teacher and a realtor at the same time. I need to pick one. But so that's been good. But
calls have not stopped. Movement in the market still hasn't stopped, which is nice. And kind of surprising. I kind of expected everything just to come to a halt. And it didn't. We have, since everything kind of went even in quarantine, we did some virtual showings over the weekend, got some things in contract, which I was very surprised that that's the way it was happening. I've done a few virtual showings for some of our listings as well. And just working with other agents, I think it's really brought the agent community together, because we're all having to learn immediate. Whether you've been in the business 20 years or you've been in the business 20 minutes, everything changed. Kind of one night to the next morning. So it's really been nice to see those people come together, and that our clients are being so understanding that we're having to learn really as we go. So Megan, how are you handling new buyers coming in, your current clients? What is that looking like for you?
So right now, I'm just trying to advise our clients on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. We're having to change. So many changes are happening for them. It's happening for us too. We have to make sure we're following the laws, the regulations. We are governed by a board called SABOR, as everyone knows. And so we can't really do anything if our lawyers and our brokers and SABOR does not approve it. So one day I'm saying, hey, I can come to your house. We can do this. The next day, no, I can't, but I can do virtual showing. So I'm kind of going with the flow with them at this point. There have been some slowdowns with some of our, we had a closing this morning. Not very many hiccups, but was definitely a deal that should have been super easy and closed early. We did close on time, which was great, but we weren't able to close it early just because appraisals are taking a little bit longer, and a lot of title companies are working from home and keeping as little employees in the office as possible, although they're still going and moving. Everyone's still working. It's just we're all adjusting. So that's kind of pushing things a little bit. So we're just having to stay on top of people a lot more, make a lot more phone calls than we normally would, just to make sure everyone's doing what they're supposed to do. I am pretty excited because we were approved yesterday with our broker and lawyer that we are allowed to do virtual open houses. So we will start doing those this weekend. We have a new listing coming on Thursday that y'all don't know about. So we'll have that, or today, sorry. I don't know what day it is, guys. I don't know what day it is.
They all run together.
They all run together. It's less, it's their months, the weeks are months, and the months are, I don't know. We haven't gotten to that part yet. But so we have two virtual open houses this weekend. Danielle's gotten us all masks. We have Purell that we're keeping in our cars and taking into the homes. We've got Lysol and Clorox. So we are absolutely making sure it's as safe for our clients and for ourselves as we possibly can. But we also want to keep everyone in the loop and make sure y'all can see our new listings and make sure, you're ready for the market because it's coming. And the second this lifts, I know everyone that needs to move is still going to move. We have a lot of movement this summer. We have a lot of clients that are making some changes, moving in and out of Boerne. And so this is still happening. This virus isn't going to stop that. So at least you'll be able to see these homes in a safe way online. We're going to do that Facebook Live, and we will send out more information about that today. So I'm pretty excited about that. So this is new for us as it is for y'all, and I'm just trying to navigate it, and we will see. And I may just be talking to myself in a house by myself, but that'll be fine because I do that anyway.
Yourself anyways.
I guess I'm like, that's not really a big change. I don't know. We'll see. But it'll be good.
All of us kind of are shy on video. And so now that my entire life and every meeting that I'm going to, from leadership with KW into some mentoring things with them, into my Bible studies now online, and you're all seeing like my face and like I'm having to clean things. And I know if y'all saw a while ago, I was like, ow, ow, ow. It wasn't even a child. It was my husband. And I'm like, you can't follow the rules either. So we're just being, I thought I was authentic with who I am. Now people are like really seeing the real Danielle. Like from dirty house to kids running in to no makeup some mornings, ladies. We're so sorry about that. I think it'll be great. And everybody's adjusting well, I think. Kiana, how are transactions going?
I think it's definitely slowing us down a little bit when we've got systems in place and we've thought that our checklists were bulletproof. There are some new things that we're having to add and implement, and extra steps and extra check-ins that weren't normally there. Things like appraisals are behind right now, and lenders are being inundated and just overwhelmed right this moment for refinances. So they're slammed and super busy. So when previously we only needed to check in once a week, touch base with everybody and make sure that they're okay, now it's almost a daily thing. Hey, where are we? What's happening? What's going on? Because our job is to make sure that you guys feel taken care of and that we're constantly wrapped in on your transaction. We know what's happening. We know where we are in the process. So that's us committing to communication, committing to making those phone calls for you and making sure that all of those facets are taken care of, so that you guys know that you can still trust us. But it's definitely been much more added to those regular systems, and we're having to get a little bit more creative with our marketing and do new things that we weren't needing to do. We used to take somebody to your house, and now we're finding ways to be able to market you and the people around you without physically being there, and to protect you and your families. So it's definitely adding in some extra steps, but again, that's just part of the change, and we're happy to adapt. But we may call you a little bit more. We may, if we're going to ask more questions, or going to check in more and make sure that you are more wrapped in and more comfortable with us, so that you continue to maintain full faith.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one thing, we have stayed kind of on top of the game. One of the issues with appraisers, we're just now seeing the effects of it. It didn't really have to do with our shutdown. It had to do with rates that dropped about 3 weeks ago into the threes, that forced a lot of refinancing. Well, then we forced a lot of rate locks, which forced a lot of appraisals out on top of a normally busy season. So we're just seeing kind of the effects of that happening. We do have some appraisers that are being more safe going into the homes. We are seeing some more drive-by appraisals happening, and exterior, and leaving the interior alone. And we have heard of that. At the same time, rates have kind of been all over the board the last few days, if you've been watching them. And today we kind of looked at, they're still in the mid threes. So FHA is changing their guidelines. I will have a lender on in the next couple of days, and to kind of explain what that's going to look like. Keep your credit scores good. That's the biggest thing out there, is keep your credit score up. Don't be late. Don't be behind. Don't forget. Stay on top of those things, even in the craziness, and kind of mellow down of what we're doing, because the credit score is what's going to matter most. I've heard they're going up quite a bit on our FHA guidelines. So heads up on that. Your 30-year rates right now are still at about 3.4, 3.5. We haven't seen rates like that in not just years, decades. And so to not take advantage of that, if you're kind of on the fence right now, get in, get qualified. And as soon as we get these bans lifted, if you're not comfortable with us doing a virtual tour for you, be ready to roll when it gets lifted and we can go in and buy what's out there. And for our listers or people that are getting ready to come on market, right now is a fantastic time. I talked to 2 clients today that are just prepping their house and getting ready for this to roll out as soon as all the bans are lifted. So I would definitely be prepared to do that. Be prepared to jump into the market with those people, and don't let fear captivate us. I think a lot of what we're driven by right now is fear of the unknown. And one thing I do know is that God already knows. God already knows where we're going and where we would come from, and he knows what to expect. So I am acting like it's a normal day, other than I'm stuck inside my home. Him that business is still going to be there, and the homes that need to be sold will be sold, and the homes that need to be bought will be bought, and families will be placed exactly where they're supposed to be placed on his timing and not ours. I do think that that's a big faith part of our team, and a big belief in our team that he is in control, and that we're just here to do his job. So know that we are here for each one of you. You just may hear a little, or one of my bigs or my husband in the background as conversations are happening. He's working from home as well, so it's a little much. He's used to having domain of the house during the day, and so we have taken over, so he doesn't know what to do. He's like locked in his office now, and he's used to like walking around the house on the phone. So we just thank you guys for trusting us, for supporting us. If we can answer any questions, if you do have questions, concerns, comments, a question you want us to answer for you, please let us know. We will be getting on and doing more of these with some title companies, so you see what that's looking like. We're going to get on with the insurance agent so she can explain exactly what's going on in the insurance world, because there are going to be some slows there as well, and see what's actually going on with rates and with one of our lenders. So we look forward to seeing you guys soon. Air hugs to everyone. I just want to hug all.
I miss hugging.
I'm not even a hugger or a toucher, and I'm like, I just want to hug you.
I want to hug everyone.
You know, so be ready for hugs. Be ready for extra phone calls. If you have any questions from us, please let us know. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.